fucking get to it. Christ. Okay. Alright, there we fucking go. Jesus. Give me a damn second. I have to fucking repost all the links again. So there we go. Alright. I'm just gonna continue where I left off. My internet just fucking died hardcore there for a bit. Yeah, where the fuck even was I? I was doing this. Alright. Oh shit, hang on. Okay, it's not here. This one. I'm trying to remember, where the fuck I got the bad feeling one. Because the puzzle was basically just, find all the placebos in the recap. Oh, there it is. That's in... That's in 34. Okay. Got it, got it, got it. There we go. The next one is every name. This one's easy. This one's really easy. Just wait until you get the every name one. It's probably here. Shouldn't I be asleep? I'm up pretty late these days, so don't worry about me in that regard. There we go, butted. Yeah, the stream is back now. Just fucking my hair going after a bit, but did I not get all the placebos at this point? I've gotten 3 of them here. That's it from the lodge. In that case. To read this last bit of every kind of info because I'm curious. Huh. Okay. Little fella. Alright. Two of them here? No, just one. So you see it again. No C mode. Oh god. I keep doing that. Oh. Alright. Oh shit. I'm pretty quick now. Oh! Big. What if it made it? What if it made me irritated? You felt like you just achieved Nirvana. What battle is this? This is the My Future battle. Which I guess these two different Never mind. Alright. Oh! There we go. 7 of viewers lost to the fog. I mean, it's pretty late. I think some people probably just figured they'll go to sleep. That's more than fine. I don't think attack does anything still. Okay, so I have the placebos. I have to do something with them, though. took the DK Bongo drum controllers with her. Oh! Oh. Wait, I can use it with that. I lied! Let's see. Cockroach. Oh, the roach. Oh, and the Muppet needs their cars washed. This is so scary. Oh, that's really good. There's a few more I can do. I already did every name. Good feeling. Alright, I think that's literally all of them at this point, so let's do that. Let's do that one. You could feel an aura building up around you, wielding the power of detach. Many people sought this power. We're the only frog worthy of it. So, like a baseball pitcher, you wind up your arm behind you, exclaiming the most detached thing you could possibly think of. This is a meme mod, right? And then through. Huh. Oh.
Was it real or just a dream? Where is she? Where is she?
What the fuck?
Was she really here today? Or was I just drifting back suddenly? Drifting back just suddenly.
Oh.
Drifting back suddenly. Drifting back just suddenly. Drifting back
Nope.
suddenly. Drifting back just suddenly.
I really like that chop there with the sample. That's really good. Hello. They say that once you publish a work, it ceases to be yours. That everyone else's experience of it outmatches the experience you had making it. I feel iffy about this way of thinking, but I suppose it's not something that can be easily prevented. In regards to that, however, I wanted to clear up at least one thing. I was not here to tell you how to live or feel about your life. I was here to metaphorize how I've lived mine. Now, understandably, you may think, why the heck would I care about your life? Well, you shouldn't. You're a stranger, right? Something like that could be rather parasocial. It's kind of like a painting. Not in the sense that it's well drawn, but, some people just paint for themselves. Like self-indulgence. Life can be tragic. It's something I'm strongly focused on. But I don't treat that as a lesson or a moral, especially knowing how obvious it is. And I would never like to tell you that your life is hopeless. An awful present is set in stone, but the future remains a mystery. I may feel trapped now, and the world is telling me that I can't escape now, but I've still got my future, and future is mystery. I'll wait to see what it brings, and I'll hope it's a chance at a happier life. For now, however, I cannot know what will happen next. To me, that is RIBBIT. Still, sorry if the story was bad and things were too confusing or what have you. It's probably no secret I've winged like half of it. I've seen a lot of positive feedback alongside plenty of criticism. I think all of it is valid and all of it is something to learn from. Oh, except the part where I'm unfunny. Everyone knows that's patently untrue. Anyway, this will be the last time I'll write for myself. That is so not your voice. Got dubbed over. The producers, they surmise my normal voice is not having much nostalgic value. Ow. Fucked up. When's the lawsuit? Hey, I made it clear I'm not limiting myself to only 3 a year. But I always thought you had a kind of radio voice, right? Golden voice, they call it, and... Nah, I really don't. It's deep, musky. What's not golden about that? It's also monotone as hell if you couldn't tell. When you're on TV, deep is not enough. You gotta have the energy to back it up too. And they thought a bunch of nasal-like beep boops rang energy. Say what you gotta, at least my body wasn't filtered. First stage so starring Meta was a huge success. But your alphys can't give your voice more range. Alphys? Did someone say Alphys? It's pronounced Alphys, Susie. Oh, don't you start that shit again! Well, I keep hearing about her like she's some science legend. You ever gonna introduce me to this old coot? I could've sworn you met her, remember? Last Christmas party? No, that was... Hey, Medieval, grab a drink for me, would you? I will chug all of it in front of you. Anyway, we saw each other there. I'm passing. I don't mingle with nerds. You're literally just talking about wanting an introduction. You're missing the point! I'm talking about having her build a cyborg neck for me. With rocket thrusters, lasers, a soda maker. Ah, the ulterior motive comes down. Got your soda right here. See? That's service. Now imagine if I could get that wherever I go at any point. From, like, a little slot in my forehead or something. I imagine Alphys would think of your idea as a total waste of time. Then she'd do it anyway because she's nuts. Nice. Looking forward to it. You ever think of Gundam mechs that pour soda onto their enemies? You know, since they're all made out of metal and... Nope. That's just you. Okay, glad to know I'm the insane one here. I'll get it! Delivery! Oh well, if it isn't Noel. Settling into your mail carrier job yet? Oh, it's fantastic. It's like delivering presents the whole year round. By the way, here's the electricity bill. Cool fucking present. Anything for me? As a matter of fact... A love letter? It's not for me if that's what you're asking. But, you should hold off on opening it because, whoever sent it, not me, would want you to read it. Somewhere. Private. Read it on the toilet, got it. Wow, so this is your house? It's even got it upstairs. Wait, is this our house? Shut up, yes it is. Sir, you're here too. A letter for you, sir. This better not be another let me smell you fan mail. Nope, that's tomorrow. This one's from a mutual. You gotta be kidding. Well, that's all I got. I'd love to stay and catch up, but this mail won't deliver itself. Yeah, we get it. Through rain and shine. And through pain in my spine. Susie, I'm glad to know you're okay. Yeah, You saw me eat a volleyball less than an hour ago. Why wouldn't I be okay? Oh, reason bye! The hell was that about? What'd you get? I like chat just occasionally saying Molly tomorrow. What will I do tomorrow? Tomorrow I've got a D&D session. I'm busy tomorrow. And bad news? It's from Maddie. She says she wants to talk. Huh. That could mean anything the way you two left things off. Yeah, she probably just wants to chastise the hell out of me. As reserved as it is, I'm probably better off outgoing. And what if you're wrong, huh? What if this is your one chance to make up for your screw-ups? Doing what you're doing right now. It'll haunt you for the rest of your life. Susie. Yeah, Maddie is Quizzer, right? Come on. Be a tough boy. Screw it. You really gave him a kick in the ass. If you're gonna run, at least run forward. Honestly, never thought she'd reach out to him again. Honestly, I don't even know who the hell Maddie is. Master created her, but didn't realize she was sentient until, well, he'd know that story better. What do you think? Scale from 1 to 10, what do you think they'll make out? Future is mystery. The fuck does that mean? Fucking music, it's great. Well... Huh. Was this the second ending that Maxine talked about in the post? It's now safe to turn off your mod. But what if I don't? What if I don't turn off my mod, huh? Well, huh. I wonder what to make of that one. There are 3 endings. One is a genera, which has a few differences. That one might be better to just do on my own time then, yeah. I feel like it probably isn't anything that's, like, huge or worth really doing on stream at that point. Huh. I think this ending removes all the serious stuff and just lets it become a non-serious story. Molly, can you do a flip? Maybe next time I have my VTuber on, maybe. Yeah, no, this is, like... such a fucking... It's such a mindfuck of a mod, and I really love it. It's like, it's hard to even call it a Deltarune mod, in some ways. In fact, no, it kind of is hard to call it one. It's, because it's just so... Like, I can tell, how important it being a Deltarune mod kind of, I feel, is to it. Yeah, but it's just so far removed that, you can tell Maxine put a lot more of themselves into it than they really did intend on, like, doing anything with Deltarune itself, and I really like how it just takes that and completely flips the source material on its head like this. Because you kind of go into it with the expectation that it's like, oh, you know, this is just Deltarune, but weird and different. But it's like, no, there's just this feels like it feels like I'm in Maxine's mind for the whole fucking duration of it, and I do really like that a lot about it. Yeah, let me just pull this up now because I'm pretty much done now at this point, but. Yeah, and the fact that, yeah, like, over time it just gets, like, progressively better and better about it, and you can tell there's, like, more effort put into making it as it goes. If there's, like, very much this progression naturally of, like, the game being like as it goes further in, it's like, yeah, there's bits and stuff, but at the same time, I like how you can tell where there's like more put into it. There's a value in the fact that a lot of this you could tell the developer was like winging it. And it's like done so in a way that's like, yeah, it's not the most like professionally put together thing ever, but I think the way this was done here, in a way where like you could tell Maxine like knows their stuff with Game Maker and making a good mod, just like in general, you can kind of like see how it's not really to the detriment of it. It feels very much just like free-handing the whole thing in a lot of ways. And this second ending too, is especially interesting to me, like in terms of how you get to it, because like, I mean, yeah, it feels very much like handling the story in like a much different lens by like going through everything and be like, hey, that sucks, I don't want my future to be like this, I'm gonna fucking change it around. Only for it to basically just end with like you waking up in just like an empty fucking house that's now for sale, and I guess just fucking off to who knows where, while everyone else is just kind of off on their own. Yeah, it's really good. It's really well done. Okay, it's been long enough. I think I can probably... Do I turn it off? Is there anything I should wait for here at all? Is there something I have to wait for like 15 minutes for something to appear? Now we go watch Manos, The Hands of Fate. If I can get myself to watch a movie, then sure. This mod is one of those things that somehow made me fear of Deltarune's more meta-contextual elements. Yeah, no. That's another thing I really like about this, is like, this was done with fucking Deltarune. It's one thing that, like, you know, just like a game in general, with Game Maker it does this, but it's the fact that it's using Deltarune as a base. Like, this was effectively just made in, like, fucking Undertale mod tool, which is, like, knowing how that works vaguely is kind of fucking crazy. That's kind of insane. And I find it really fucking impressive, because it makes me think just like, how weird could Deltarune get? I feel like it's a lot of the basis for why I even really talked about it as much as I did. Or why I'm so into Deltarune, is like seeing stuff like this and going like, man, it could get so fucking weird. I won't close the game, but I'll just do this here. But like, yeah, no. And the fact that this still isn't even everything. There is another update coming soon to, like, I guess just wrap everything up proper. The appeal goes over my head. I just saw it as a funny mod that had a lot of effort put into it. I think that's totally fair. I'm coming at it from the perspective of, like, someone that's, like, been a freak about just, like, Deltarune getting really weird, and I think this mod does it really well. Because the thing I keep going back to is just yeah, that's another thing too. It feels so distinctly not Toby. It feels very much like this isn't it trying to be a Deltarune thing. It is using Deltarune as a base to go completely into another developer's mind for the duration of it, and I really respect that a lot. I feel like it makes RIBBIT in particular stand out so much in a way that's like, it makes it stand out in a way that I feel like, you know, with a lot of other fan games I could play, it's not exactly something I'm going to be really expecting. It's hard to really do that in a way that isn't just winging it, you know? I think that's what I like about it, is it's really just a genuine in how it conveys all of that. At launch, he was just Chris with googly eyes drawn on the hair. That's really fucking funny. Holy shit. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's all I really have to say about it. I really fucking liked this. It's one of those things I don't that it's like it could take a bit to even gather my thoughts, kind of, because how do you even begin to talk about this? It feels less like something that like has a bunch of like analysis of like the raw lore and everything. It's more just about like how did this make me feel? How did the themes of it make me feel? How did it handle it? And how did I feel going through it? And I think it touches on a lot of things that like I think it does touch on a lot of things that just like do resonate with me. I think the way it handles everything it did, it's like even if I didn't immediately relate to all of it, I really liked the way it was written because it felt just so whether or not it was like, you know, funny stuff or serious stuff. I like how just like again, I think raw is like the way I would describe this whole thing. It has that like rawness that like a funny meme mod would have, but then is able to lean a lot further into like the storytelling aspect of those kinds of things. And just leans so far into it that it just becomes like almost uncomfortable, but in a really good way. In the way that I would want art to be uncomfortable. And, you know, a bit just like a bit just prone to making you kind of like think a bit about what the fuck you're experiencing. And for that, I think this did really well. And it makes me, again, just wonder. Keep in mind, too, I've also read the huge fucking post that Maxine made regarding the state of it and like the alternate ending ideas that they did have that they ended up scrapping. And it kind of puts everything, at least from to my memory of it, at least, it kind of puts everything even more into perspective. Yeah, it had to be split into 2 posts, I believe, because one of them was just like an update on like, hey, here's all the past stuff I wanted to do, and then here's a post on like what I'm gonna do now, like, you know, in the future. Maxine's post, I think it's on Game Jolt if I recall. It's not on Twitter. I think they talked about it on Twitter, but like the actual post is on Game Jolt. That's where I read it. I do wonder how to take the second ending. Is it like meant to be taken in like a this is what happened way, or like in a this is like a weird, like it's more metaphorical than it is literal? That's kind of what I'm starting to think. Because the first ending, that first playthrough, kind of puts everything into context of just like, yeah, like you and Susie both ended up dead, and everything that they experienced was like, you know, in the land of the dead. But then like how does Noino and Meta both just like fucking appearing in that second ending factor into it? How does like it's because I can tell there is a logic to it. It makes me wonder just what the fuck happens in like the My Future fight that changes everything like that. Yeah, Twitter mentioned. Yeah, I'm like, I was so glad I stopped fucking using it since like November last year. I'm so glad I did. It's only gotten worse on there. But I do understand why there's still some people that like feel as if they might need to, because there's still some people that haven't jumped ship. I just don't. I don't have the fucking energy anymore. I don't have the energy to bother with it. No, plus there's, you know, many obvious reasons. I don't even have to get into that, but the answer is that clearly the wish granting is real. Yeah. Yeah, that file that does not yet matter kind of feels like it may be relevant. Like instead of giving you the truth, I'll give you the instead. I'll give you the results of the wishes you were trying to grant. Why does your background make me think of the anarcho-pacifism flag? I don't fucking know. I haven't seen that flag. I have no idea. If there's any resemblance, that was completely unintentional. I just like the colors yellow and purple. But yeah, incredibly well done fucking mod. I don't know when the next update for it is coming out. I'll probably do the GR route for it, like, pretty much. Did you read the language folder stuff? I did in the previous stream. You can check that out. My internet went out in the middle of trying to do the My Future fight, but it is at the end of that. This is just a continuation from there. So yeah, from what I know, Maxine's working on just like a huge fucking like final update to the game, basically, to actually like tie up everything and I guess give it something more of like a proper closure to it, to my memory. I could be wrong about some of that, but yeah, no, that's about what I remember at least. Let me put on this music for now. Okay. Do you have the link for the Game Jolt post? I don't have it on hand. You can find you can find like Behold Maxine's profile on Game Jolt and probably find it that way. I thought they were black and white. Yeah, no, it's very close to black and white, but I like having like a bit of a tint of yellow and purple. Alright. But yeah, I think that's all I really have to say there. It's hard to really gather all my thoughts because this is such a mindfuck of a thing, and again, I can only really talk about it effectively in terms of how it made me feel, and I think that's kind of the intention. This is one of those things that's like, I think it's less about, personally, I think it's less about having to decode the story and all the timeline stuff and the logic of everything. And it's probably just more to deal with, like... It's kind of the thing of... I think it's, like, also the reason why all the lore dump stuff is outside of the game. And it's in, like, the language file. It's less about what happens and more... It's more like, It's a lot more like the feelings that it gives you. That's what makes it so effective. And I can say this game definitely made me feel in a way that's like, I think even on a replay it's going to hit me pretty hard because it's just so viscerally genuine in the writing and everything. Like, I can picture so much of the writing here, both the serious and non-serious stuff, having been written just like in this explosion of emotion, or just this like sudden spike of feeling that's like, I have to write this down. No, I don't care what the fuck it means necessarily, but this is like what's running through my head, and this is the way I can convey these feelings. And I think that was... I really like how that has been left untouched for the very most part. I'm curious to see what the non-rewrite, because I'm pretty sure I played the rewrite of this. I think if I do another playthrough, I'd like to just play this in the original version to see just how much it's different from this current version of it, if anything. I think, if, like... And I think if I do any more stuff with this before the update, I'm going to do it off-stream, probably, because I don't really see much of a point in, like, having to stream it, if there's nothing really too big that's changed from this point on. I have a backup of the 2021 version somewhere. I don't think I would need to go that far, because doesn't, if I recall... Hang on, does it actually let me? There's a setting in here where it can let you, like, switch the writing style, I think, before you start up the game again. I forget how it works exactly, but it was something like that. So I should be able to do that pretty comfortably if there's nothing, like... Yeah, that's just for the writing. That's the main thing I'd be curious about, that and doing the GR route, but beyond that, like, I don't think there's anything else I'd really have to change at this point. Or anything else I'd really have to do other than just wait for the next update to come out, which... seems further down the line. I'm not too concerned about waiting for that at the moment. I'm more occupied with waiting for fucking Deltarune. Toby. Toby. You have to know what week it's coming out, right? Just give me the date, Toby. Give me the damn date. I'm so fucking excited that I'm like kind of just like it's gotta fucking happen. I'm gonna keep fucking streaming every week until we get a release date at least. Like at this point, I just want, like, I think that's gonna be the plan going forward. Is like I'm doing commission work right now, which, by the way, I have 2 more slots open for that if anyone is interested. But I'm doing commission stuff at the moment, and I'm also trying to do some more music. I might start getting ready to write for the next Staggering Wins video, if anything, because that's the one thing I can work on that's like, when 3 and 4 are out, I can just drop that and come back to it once I'm like freed up by the 3 after doing the 3 and 4 video. But effectively, a lot of my plans basically are hinging on the fact that I don't fucking know when the next chapters are coming out, but it does not feel like they're coming out in June. It feels like it's gonna come out like at the latest, like fucking beginning of May. Which would be even more tragic if so, because I don't think I'm gonna be at home around that time for a bit. You'll see what I mean when that time comes. I have plans, but I think the funniest fucking outcome is if we get like a date for Silksong like a week before we get a date for Deltarune, despite Silksong having been in like development no communication hell for like 3 years now. There isn't going to be anything Deltarune related on Nintendo Direct, because that's for the Switch too. They got to focus on their first party shit. I don't see any reason why they talk about Deltarune in that one. Maybe if they do like a normal Direct after or something, maybe. But I think the move is probably less to really depend on a Direct and more like it coming straight out of Toby's mouth at this point, or fangamers rather. That's my guess. I don't really see the point in having to spread the word from like a Direct when the intention is to release it with like all platforms, both localizations at once. I don't know, I think we're gonna get the trailer from like Fangamer or Toby himself, personally. Maybe like there'll be different versions for like the console editions, but I feel like because this is an all platforms, both languages release, it kind of makes sense to not really be specific to a certain console manufacturer or whatever to get the trailer out. I could see the trailer like next week. I want it to fucking be next week so bad, but I have no idea because I don't know how far along they are in bug testing. Ugh. Have you considered covering Ina at some point? I haven't thought much about covering it. I have to watch more of them. I watched a bit though, but and their stuff is very much a vibe. I'd have to give it a look and see if there's anything that like needs analysis. Because the way I do it is like, hey, is there something I can add to this conversation that's like new and hasn't really been considered? I think that's why I struggle to really think about covering something like Petscop, because for the very most part I look at it and I'm like, I fucking love this. This feels so, this is such a big part of like my inspirations, but at the same time, like, what have people not said about it at this point? God. But then again, I have other things I want to cover in the future that are very similar in that, like, oh, other people have covered this, but I fucking still want to anyway. So I don't know. My mind could change about that at any moment. But, yeah, God, really fucking good mod. I'm very excited for the update. It's left me thinking with a lot of thoughts and just feelings in general, and I really appreciate having a mod that was just made for those kind of things, like just built for that kind of vibe. You should probably go to bed. I'm fine. Chad, I must let you know, I've been staying up till like 5, 6 a.m. Do not worry about my sleep schedule. I don't give a shit. You're good. I'm... What time is it over there? It's like 2:38. It's not... For me, it's not terribly late. This is my normal. It might change in the future, I don't fucking know, but I'm just... Every time I try to fix my sleep schedule, it just makes me more tired, or it only fixes it for like a couple days and then I go back to it. I think this is just my fucking normal state. I don't know what to tell you. Oh god. But, I'm thinking about, what I want to do next stream, because I want to make this a weekly thing for the time being. I want to have this be like a one day out of the week where like I just chill out. I'm not working on commissions or anything. I'm just chilling with chat to like fucking play something. And... Or just talk. I don't fucking know. But, let me check my list right now, because I have some ideas. Smiles at, no specific chat message in particular. I could cross that off the list now. RIBBIT Part 2 is now done. One thing I did want to try in the future, this isn't Deltarune related, but I was interested in actually streaming the, Anthology of the Killer series of games, if anyone's heard about that. That might be fun. Another thing I've considered maybe Everhood 2? I've played Everhood 1, I'm very familiar with that one. That one's really good. But I'm very curious about Everhood 2 specifically because, I feel like I might enjoy that more if it's a stream game, given what I've heard about it. Because I think it's the kind of thing where, like... From all I know about Everhood 2 is, it is a lot more about the bits, about the funny shit, about not taking itself as seriously. And I think for a stream that sounds about right. I think that sounds more than fine with me. So, I think I'd be down for that, honestly, in a stream format. And I think it also would be interesting to just play that to discuss with chat about, like, how I feel about it, because I don't know how I feel. I've only heard what other people feel. Particularly, Moist has played it and has told me how they feel about it. And I have a hunch about what it's gonna make me feel, probably. Because if I can tell you anything, when I heard about Everhood 2, and I think for people who have played Everhood 1, you're gonna understand exactly why I reacted this way. My reaction was, what the fuck do you mean, Everhood 2? Like, it wasn't excitement about getting a sequel, it's what the fuck do you mean there's a sequel? It's one of those for me. Because it's like, how do you pick up from where the first game leaves off? That's kind of the impression I got. It's like, what do you do there? So... Yeah, the reason there wasn't Everhood 2 is gonna rock your shit when you get to it. I'm sure it will. Do you like zines, Molly? I mean, I feel like I don't dislike them. I think the main reason the reviews are mixed is just because people... My impression is people played Everhood 1, and they liked the storytelling and how it handled that so much, and the characters, that they expected more of that in Everhood 2, but that's not what they got. And there is very much going to be a dissonance there. Yeah, you see, Yume Tuki at least is like, yeah, that's another case of it, but at the very least it's like, that makes sense because it's like... It's hard to even call Yume Tuki a game. It's like a fucking digital museum, because like, everyone is fucking pitching in. So it's like, to that end it makes sense. But Everhood 2 was so baffling because it's like if Kikiyama made Yume Tuki, you know? That's what it felt like. In that sense, it's just like, what the fuck? You know, like if Kikiyama came back after like 30 years and released Yume Tuki, it's like, what? You already did you already fucking popped off. what more can you do after that, you know? Yeah. So I think that's one I would want to cover, because I have that installed. Let me look through, because I got some games from the Steam Spring Sale, too. I finally bought fucking Pizza Tower. That was on my wish list for a hot minute. And I finally got that. What else is there? Oh yeah, I have Nine Souls. I feel like I'd probably play that one on my own time. I'm still figuring out just like what I would count as a stream game versus like a play on my own kind of game, because I don't want to fall too much into the feeling of like, oh, I wish I was streaming this game. I play games to get my mind off of stuff, not to count it as more work. I already am a workaholic as is. So... Oh yeah, I had to play Death of a Wish. That's the, sequel, I believe, to Luca, Born of a Dream. I have to replay Born of a Dream. It's been like fucking like over 5 years, though, since I played it. I got Dead Estate, and that's because I got it at the same time in the spring sale as I got another game, if I could find it, Pika-Yune Dreams, which, from what I understand, seems like a bullet hell and also like a kind of Dream Diver? Like Yumaneki kind of thing? That might be fun to stream. Like, that one just seems fucking weird. In a good way. So I'd like to try that one. But that's like at least like other games altogether that I could play. I've got... Oh, I have Slime Rancher 1 and 2, but I might play those on my own time. Those feel like just pure comfort food games for me, probably, when I get to them. Oh no, I don't have Slime Rancher 2, but I have the first one. Oh shit! I also forgot to mention... I forgot to mention the whole fucking stream. One fun thing I did yesterday... the first beta... The first beta demo of Margin of the Strange was released for backers of that tier, and I got to play it, and it was very good, and I really liked it. I really liked the demo of it. It was very good. I'm very excited to see that one come to fruition in the future. I really miss Night Margin's writing a lot. And just characters in general. I'm very excited to see more of it. It's gonna be funny to think that Deltarune will be early access. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure it will be, because I think it's like either you have to make it early access or you have to effectively... It kind of makes more sense to make it early access, actually. Because I think that's how Ultra Kill does it, right? Or, where, like, as they add more stuff to the game, the price increases, and I think it makes a lot more sense in Deltarune's case to do that, where, like, once they add another chapter for the early access game, they'll increase the price to accommodate that for people who, like, get it later. I will say I'm not worried about people having to suggest me games at the moment, because my backlog is fucking huge. A lot of the stuff I mentioned isn't even in my backlog, so good lord. How long do you think it would take for the final chapter releases? I guess it depends on how non-standard the rest of the chapters are going to be, because it seems very clear to me that a big reason why it took so fucking long, and I say so fucking long, it's like, all things considered, two chapters in like 3 years is still pretty good, especially because this is longer than 1 and 2 combined, so like that's a lot to get done. Let's not downplay that, but like, I do think it ended up taking longer than they thought it would, because of Chapter 3. It seemed like that kind of put them in a bit of scope creep hell, from what I understand, and that was because there were so many new gimmicks that were outside of what the game was normally built for. That's my guess, at least. So, if there's nothing like that to that extent, which I doubt it personally, maybe you'll be able to get everything done in like another 2-3 years. No, not 2. 3. Maybe 4. Part of me is honestly kind of willing to say, though, that, like, I feel like another chapter is going to give him some bumps. That's my gut feeling. I think another chapter is going to give him some bumps in the road, especially towards the end. Like, I don't know for sure, but I feel like it's going to be. Oh yeah, but that's at least like games that aren't Deltarune or Undertale. There are some fan games and such I could play. Undertale 2 might be a funny one. Undertale Yellow Pacifist might be fun because I've already played Neutral. It might be fun to just kind of have a more chill time with that one. Something to keep in mind too is that they've been working on Chapter 5 this entire time as well. So who's to say that one might be further along than we think it is? But, so yeah, nothing's happening. I could probably close for a bit at this point. Chapter 5 is probably like 2026. Honestly, yeah. Maybe. I could see that. Maybe 2027? Like, early? But, like... I could honestly see it. Like, it's so hard to even imagine Chapter 5 right now. I'm just excited for these next few. I'm probably gonna be close to, like, my fucking 30s or something when it's all done, which is kind of scary to think about. I hope I'll have done a lot of my own stuff by then. But, like, a lot more than even what I currently have. Maybe get at least one personal project out there. I wish we were friended on Steam. I could give you my damn username. I could DM it to you right now if you'd like. It wouldn't be hard to find me. Hang on. I'll DM it to you, Maddie. Where are you in there? What the fuck am I doing? I can just... There we go. Find me on there on Steam. But, can I have her Steam name? I don't know. But, in terms of Deltarune stuff, I think Delta Traveler is probably the one I want to look at next. That feels like another one that I would, like, probably fuck with, given the premise of it. Yeah. I mean, the main thing I know is Delta Traveler. I know the premise of it. I've seen some of the, like, you know, the genocide route-ish stuff for it. I remember there being something about people getting upset that Noelle was swearing, I guess, and her just going, "Can you stop fucking staring at me?" Other than that, I don't really know. But it seems good. People seem to enjoy it despite whatever the fuck that was about. So? No, that was a line I remember seeing. Like, people were riffing on that one. Like, just Noelle, like, swearing, and I guess Chris staring at her and going... Yeah, people probably just overblew it. It didn't seem that fucking serious. And besides, I do think Noelle should swear more. But... yeah, no. I have a lot of things I could do. I should probably write them down after the stream is over. In a bit, of course, but... I think what I want to do every Friday is just fucking stream something, and once we get a date, what I want to do once we have a release date is I'm going to spend the streams leading up to that replaying chapters 1 and 2, like probably a week or two before they come out. And it'll be a very just low pressure, like, I'm not even focusing on the game as much because I already know it pretty well. It'll just be me speaking the chat and us getting our thoughts together before we basically just, you know, fuck off on our own corners and play the new chapters once they're out. Surprise drop plans? I don't think we're getting a surprise release of the game. if Toby wants to fucking like, if Toby wants the game to do well and for people to actually buy it in a way that will be good for sales, I do not think he will shadow drop it. Because I think marketing is something he's gonna have to consider here if there is a price tag to it now. You can do that when it's like a demo and something people download can free at any point, but yeah, when it comes to people's wallets, it's like you want people to be able to coordinate that on their own volition. So I don't think there's going to be a shadow drop. It'd be really surprising. I mean, part of the reason I'm so like on edge is because who knows? Maybe there will be like a trailer today and then a release date of tomorrow. Like the trailer's literally the day before or something. But I really doubt it personally, because I think there's a lot of factors going into when the fuck it's going to release. But yeah, I don't think there's much more for me to say there. TS Underswap is another one I might check out, if nothing else. I'm basically just using this as my excuse to go through a bunch of games and go through my backlog on stream and stream more in general, because I want, like, to have something to provide to you all while I am struggling to work on, like, a video because I'm saving my energy for 3 and 4 to come out. So this is the best thing I can do, is just, like, I'm just gonna stream some stuff and talk with you all and give a bit of myself to you all in that sense. And then once the chapters are ready to go, you know, I'll be locked the fuck in again, and it's gonna be the next, you know, big production from me, I suppose. I hope he doesn't make you go dark on Twitter. I hope he makes the Deltarune account on Twitter just like, I hope he deletes it as punishment for people still using fucking Twitter for their Deltarune updates. I mean, that is mostly a joke. I don't think he's going to actually do that, but it would be funny. I'm sure as hell not checking there. Or at least I really don't want to. Are you into Dwarf Fortress or Colony Sim games? I haven't played any games of that sort, but there has been like a part of me is interested in tackling them at some point. But Molly, I'm literally so busy. What are you literally so busy with? Tell me, what are you doing? Never mind. I still haven't watched your device theory stuff. Did you learn on me through the streams? Oh, someone mentioned Dwarf Fortress. I mean, who knows? Maybe you are so busy right now. But yeah, I think that's all I really have to say there at this point. Like, I remember I found you in the first place because of RIBBIT. That is really fucking cool to hear. Thank you so much. I'm really glad you stuck around after that. Holy shit. I showed up for part 1. God damn. That's kind of a crazy one, because, like, that was kind of... That stream was specifically me just kind of experimenting and using that setup. I haven't caught a stream in a while. Your new PNG tuber is cute. Thank you. It's one of the new emotes I just kind of repurposed into this, because I was like... I wanted something to use in case I didn't feel like using the VTuber or my phone died, so... I wanted to use this instead, as like a good backup. I kind of like the VTuber more, though, with this effect especially. It goes a lot fucking harder. But this works. You're still live? How late is it? It is just about 3 a.m. for me, but I tend to stay up about this hours anyway, these days, so don't worry. This is not out of character for me by any means. Alright. I will say again, I also don't mind, I need to come a model of myself someday, both for VTuber stuff and also, like, VR chat. Yeah, there's someone I've been eyeing for a while who hasn't opened VTuber commissions, but has said that it's in the works. And oh my god, the VTuber models are really good. Or just the 3D models in general are really, really good. Also, one of my partners has made a model, for me that I've been, I won't say much, but I've had it just kind of sitting in the vault for a while. And I want to use it for something, but I think I know what I'm going to use it for potentially. I have to work stuff out with him with regards to that, but, it'll be a while before I end up using it. Also, I have to learn how to use Blender in any case, depending on... Either way, there's... Aside from Deltarune, it's looking like, there are 2 major video ideas I could go with, aside from Deltarune after this. And both of them will probably need me to use Blender. For not very different reasons. But I'm definitely going to be going for different things with Blender. One of them might be arguably easier. But I don't know. I think it depends on what, Oh, no. I know which one I'm gonna do. I know which one I'm gonna do, probably because of everything. But I want to learn 3D modeling at some point, honestly, or at least how to, like, use 3D models. I think that's, like... I've always been a bit intimidated by it. But it's just a different medium, really. I don't think it's this... Can you make a video on this quirky ARG called Mint Cafe Garden? When is somebody going to make an ARG? When is somebody going to make a video on the quirky ARG known as MySpace? When will somebody make the Something Awful ARG video? When is someone going to make an ARG? I mean, you know, sometimes that is a question you have to ask. Most people who start them never finish them. It's not really me even being me. I've been in that community for like over a decade now. I just know these things. Missed most of the stream because I fell asleep. What's up? I have finished RIBBIT, and now I'm just talking with chat for a while. And figuring out what the fuck I'm gonna do next week. I have a decent idea. I'll probably do Delta Traveler, because the main theme with this is I am waiting for the next chapters, so I think the move is basically just play a bunch of fan games. Should I get up and get... Why do I have to tell you, get water? You're gonna fucking die if you don't. Fucking hydrate, people, Jesus. I'm not holding you at gunpoint, telling you like you can't get water unless you fucking watch my stream or a certain amount of time. Go do your things. I'm not actually mad, by the way. I just find that comment really funny. God, I need to play Korra again. No, I'm so sorry you lost all your fucking progress for that. I have to put more of my people onto Korra. I've been trying to figure out a time to get Moist to play it, so I can see him play, because I think they would really enjoy it too. Well, it's gonna be gone by the time I get back. There's the VOD, and again, I will be around next week probably, because I want to stream more. I have a lot of fun doing this, and I missed it. I like... Honestly, the thing I like about streaming is it makes me feel like I'm not just leaving my community, like, in the dust while I'm, like, working on things. Literally, the struggle is just that I get so locked into working on stuff. Molly... Oh, but I've already played that one, Vesper. I've played that. I could play it again, or I could wait until they release Project B for Gold, or basically like whatever the version of that's going to be. I'll play that maybe, but oof, that is really good. That would be a fun idea. A Steam release is planned eventually once all the updates are done. That does make sense, honestly. I'm all for that. I'd be very excited for it. My headphones say goodbye. Goodbye, Ethan. Thank you for joining the stream. What's Beefer? It's Project Beefer. It is a visual novel, kind of puzzle, kind of game that that Vesper recommended to me. The creator seems really cool. The people working on it seem really cool. The game is really cool. The characters are all fucking freaks in the best way possible. And I have to see more of them. Really good stuff. I would recommend it. Maybe preferably if you were older, but you know, really good game all in all. It's not a very long one either. It was very good. I still can't believe how hard it hit with you. You have to understand, Vesper, nothing is gonna hook me better than a cast of characters that are all just, like, fucking freaks. I love that shit. I love it. It's my, like, favorite goddamn thing is when a game, like, a cast of characters are all just, like, so uniquely fucking weird. Like, I need more of that. It's what I'm striving for these days with whatever I'm making. Is like, I want people to look at whatever I make and the characters and just go like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because that's the people that's the characters you remember. But yeah, no. I don't think there's much more for me to really say. I could end the stream in a few minutes, honestly, but it feels weird for me too in some way, because, like, it feels really hard, which is why I left Paradox. Exactly. But, like, it feels hard for me to end the stream usually, because I kind of just feel like I keep wanting to talk to chat. I feel like I could go for a very long time just talking to chat if it was active enough, like it is right now. And I find that really fucking funny. But, like, I think it's just the part of me that just enjoys, like, talking with people in general, but I should end the stream soon, that is. I mean, yeah, I'll be, like, chatting in the server and stuff, too, after the fact. But I have been also going for, like, over 7 hours now, so it's like, you know, I should probably end it in a bit, but I did miss streaming a lot, though, I will say that. I miss streaming. I'm very glad I got to get this setup done. I feel a lot more confident in, like, streaming in general, having this all done. I think part of, again, as I mentioned at the beginning, part of the reason I struggled a bit with getting back into it was because I think I just kind of felt like my setup could have been better, and I wanted to overhaul the fuck out of that, and I'm a lot happier with it now as it is. We all need to sleep. As long as I'm getting my 8 hours, I'm more than fine. There's also probably, like, you know, I probably also just need some hours to wind down before I sleep anyway, so it would be wise to end the stream anyway in a bit. But I think the plan is probably Delta Traveler next Friday. I want to say that. I gotta go to the hospital tomorrow, though that's really annoying, so I'm fine. Luke, yeah. I mean, yeah, go to bed whenever you gotta, though. Goddamn. But I think that's the plan. Right now I'm working on commission stuff, and I hope to mostly have those finish sometime next week. Good night, Moist. Love you. I hope you rest well. But, I think... Molly stars, you versus 18 gorillas. Who wins? I would lose to them. But they don't know about the comically large mirror that I'm going to display in front of them before I run away. I could take them, but I won't, because they're chill like that, but if they're hostile to me, that's when I pull out the mirror. That's if they're hostile to me, but like, why would they be hostile to me? Just don't make eye contact with them. Don't make eye contact with them and just, like, I don't know, chill out. You versus 18 Rouseys, who wins? Again, I don't know how I don't know why we would be fighting. I feel like I get along with them very well. I don't really. I think there wouldn't really be much of a fight. Nobody really wins, nobody loses. I think we'd just get, like, too busy fucking making pastries or something. It's a composite gorilla and bloodlusted. I would deal with the gorilla carefully with a hammer. Not like a real life hammer, but like the one that Amy Rose has, like that big Pika Pika one. Like one of those. That's usually my go-to. Who would win, Molly or the man who dwells between the scan lines? I know that, motherfucker. Or do I? I feel like I do. 18 Rouseys versus 18 Gorillas, who wins? Pacify, 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 pacify. Yeah, I think this is about the queue. I should probably end the stream in a bit. Next Friday, probably more Delta Traveler. Not more, but rather, I'll start Delta Traveler next Friday, probably. Or just whatever I feel like. I'm gonna write down my list and see what I'll come up with. I'll be working on commissions, maybe music stuff. I'm just waiting for the next chapters, and... Hey, if we get an actual announcement next week, my plan will be to just play the next... will be to just replay Deltarune on stream. So, literally, I don't even know what my plans are, because again, it all hinges on when the fuck we get news. So... let's play it by ear, folks. Thank you all for joining the stream. Thank you all for watching up to this point and for staying up this late if you actually did. You DM'd me something, Moist. Hang on a second. Oh, but of course. Chat, I have a very important announcement. Hang on. If you could please... hang on, fuck. Why does it always do this? If you could please avert your attention to this image. Thank you. But yeah, with all that said, thank you all for joining the stream. Thank you all for watching up to this point, for staying up this late too. If you actually managed to stay up through even my internet going out, it really means a ton. I really miss talking with y'all, and I hope to get more people to just hop in. Let them know that I'm going to be. If you do guest streams, can you like put the guest PNG tuber in your hand? I would love to. That would be really cool. I should consider doing stuff with other people on stream. I've been wanting to do that for a while, especially for something that isn't like a fucking high production thing, because I'll see. I definitely want to do some stuff with like other people of mine, whether that be like, you know, people like Andrew or just like, you know, more any of my partners or friends or whatever. It would be fun, but we're gonna play it by ear. We're going to see how things go. Whatever the case, I want to do streams weekly, so I'll be probably seeing you next Friday. Thank you for watching. I very much enjoyed RIBBIT. I'm very excited for the update. And I'm excited to see what else I'll play next times. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good night, and I will catch you later.